Just over 2 years ago, in May 2022, I ordered this selection of games right here. And here we are, just over 2 years later. Today, we finally get to unbox them.
Game Picker! Studio Game Transfer! Rush Trips! No Game Hunting!
Again, folks, so welcome back to a very special video. That's because today we have not one, but two deliveries to unbox from Limited Run Games. And it's always super exciting to get a delivery from Limited Run Games, because if you don't know, these games normally take between 6 and 12 months to be delivered. That's because these are made to order. They only make a certain number of these games, thus the name Limited Run. And especially if you combine your orders, you may be waiting a very long time for your games. And trust me, today we have some very special games to unbox. I've been ordering from Limited Run Games since around 2020, and they do exactly that. Limited runs of physical games which are normally only available digitally, but not just standard versions of the games. They do some of the best special editions and collector's editions available on the market. And today we have a selection of all these games to unbox together. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and please subscribe, as I put new videos out every Saturday live at 5, as well as bonus content throughout the week, and I really want you folks along for the ride. If you want to go above and beyond to support the channel even more, please consider becoming a supporter over on Patreon. It's just £1 a month. You get up-to-the-date game deals, bonus videos, loads of great content for just £1 a month. Now, let's get into this unboxing. Let's jump into our first delivery then from Limited Run Games. Now, over the years, Limited Run have released games on a multitude of consoles and PC. And it wasn't until last year they started releasing games for the Xbox One, which got me thinking. A lot of these Limited Run games become very valuable very quickly. As soon as that pre-order window closes, these games spike in price. And I set myself somewhat of a challenge. I realised I could try and get every single Xbox One release that Limited Run ever did, to have an incredible Xbox One Limited Run collection. But over time, I realised there were some games they were releasing for the Xbox One which I wasn't really interested in. And here's the thing. 90% of the time, I will just pick up games which I want to play, especially when it comes to Limited Run. These games work out around £40 each for the standard edition, but in this delivery here, we do have a few more games for my Xbox One collection. So these are two Xbox One games which I needed to add, and the first of which here is an absolute classic, Disney's Gargoyles Remastered. Now this looked super cool. I was really excited for this one when they announced it, because I just love these kind of old school Disney side-scrolling platformers. It looks really cool, and I can't wait to play this one. And here's the thing, with a lot of Limited Run collectors, they don't play their games, they leave them sealed. But I believe in opening my games and playing them, and today it's probably going to cause some people a bit of pain. I'm going to rip this one open so we can look inside here. So this is the thing I love about Limited Run Games. They go above and beyond with their physical releases. This one really doesn't want to open up though. Bear with me. And you don't just get a copy of the game. These games also come with a manual. Yes, in 2024, Limited Run Games are still releasing their games with manuals. But that's not all. We have one more Xbox One game in this delivery, and that game is Persona 3 Portable. Now, I think Limited Run have released all of the Persona games from this kind of period, and I've also ordered a slipcase for the other games that they've released. But here's the thing, I have to wait for those games to be delivered. But in the case of Gargoyles and Persona 3 Portable, these games have been delivered incredibly quickly. Yes, I said at the start of this video, the other games I've waited 2 years for, but these ones have only been 3 to 4 months. That's because Limited Run have changed their manufacturing process, and trust me, these games are getting to the gamers a lot quicker. Let's get into it then, folks. The main event, this box of games which I've waited over 2 years to unbox. And the first game in here was a game, when it was announced by Limited Run, I knew I had to have it. And that is this game right here, Shantae and the Seven Sirens. That's because when Limited Run first released the Shantae games, they released them on a Nintendo Switch. And all 5 games skyrocketed in price. They were so expensive and so unobtainable. So as soon as they announced they were re-releasing these for the PlayStation 5, I knew I had to have them. And here is the most exciting part. I have ordered these games over the years, and today I finally have all of the Infinity Stones. I have completed my Shantae box set. All 5 games for the PlayStation 5 are finally within my grasp. Let's carry on with this unboxing and see what game comes out next. So next up, we have a game for PlayStation VR. Sam & Max, this time it's virtual. And here's the thing, Limited Run have only released a handful of games for the PlayStation VR, but I am such a fan of PlayStation VR that I try and pick up as many games as possible as I can for this seemingly failed system. Not a lot of people love PlayStation VR like I do, and honestly, if I have the chance to pick up a game for it, especially a brand new game, I'm always going to grab it. So as soon as Limited Run announced this game, I knew I had to have it, but this isn't the only Sam & Max game in this box. So spoiler alert, the next game from this delivery is of course a game from the Sam & Max franchise, and that game is Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space. Now I am a massive fan of these kind of point and click adventure games, and once again this is very much like the Shantae games. They are releasing these trilogy of Sam & Max games slowly over time. Now I have picked up the first game in this franchise, Sam & Max Save the World. So now we have Sam & Max Save the World, Sam & Max Beyond Space and Time, and our slipcase. So eventually when these all get together we'll have all 3 games, but still I'm waiting for Limited Run Games to announce when they're going to release Sam & Max The Devil's Playhouse. So please Limited Run, get it out soon so I can complete another slipcase of games. We have 2 more games in this delivery left to unbox, and like I said earlier in this video, it's not just standard versions of the games that Limited Run release. They also do special editions and collector's editions. And next up we have a very special edition. This game right here is a game, once again, which I knew I had to pick up. Contra Anniversary Collection. What an absolutely incredible collection of games this is right here. And here's the thing, with some of these releases from Limited Run Games, this is a much cheaper way to own all of the Contra games physically. Yes, I know, you can go on a Nintendo Switch store and buy this collection digitally super cheap. But honestly, with the price of some of these Contra games, this right here is a much cheaper way to be able to play them physically. As you can see then, this even comes with a slipcase to keep it looking nice on the shelf. But I'm going to rip this one open. We are going to jump into this one and see what makes this special edition so special. And I just love the kind of throwback NES artwork on this game. That classic Konami silver. It just looks so cool. And I know this is blasphemy for a lot of people opening up these games, but I just love these so much. Like, just the slipcase comes off and it just looks so incredibly cool. But let's find out what comes in this special edition. So first of all, thankfully we have a physical copy of the game, always a bonus, not to be taken for granted these days. And then in here we have an absolutely ginormous poster, which I'm not going to unfold because I'll never be able to fold it back up again. And this is one of the coolest parts of this, the soundtrack, because Contra has an absolutely iconic soundtrack, and one of my favourite parts, trying to hide its way in the bottom here, this NES Limited Run dust cover. So incredibly cool. Which brings us on to the final game in this delivery right here. And over the years, Limited Run have been absolutely amazing for re-releasing physical copies of some of the most iconic Star Wars games of all time. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know I absolutely love Star Wars. And as soon as this game was announced by Limited Run, I had to pick it up. And not just pick it up, I had to get the collector's edition of Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Look at this collector's edition right here. It truly is a thing of absolute beauty. I love the embossed foil artwork on the front. It is absolutely breathtaking. And here's the thing, this is only the second Star Wars collector's edition I've ever owned from Limited Run Games. Earlier this year, I got a copy of Star Wars Pod Racer, and that thing took my breath away. And I cannot wait to jump in and unbox this one. Let's do it then, folks. Let's jump into this one. And like I've said multiple times through this video, this is blasphemy for a lot of people who collect complete boxed sealed games, but that ain't me. I am buying, oh, it's even better without the cling film on. It looks so good. I play my games. I always just open these up and jump in. It's just an absolutely beautiful product. It reminds me of kind of big box PC games. It just looks so cool. I don't know what's better. This cover or this cover, they're both absolutely beautiful, but it's what's inside that counts. And when it comes to video games, and if I can just shimmy this box off here, it's absolutely packed in here. I have to be really gentle with this, as you can imagine. I don't want to damage it opening it up, even though it is really, really difficult to open. So bear with me, folks. I'm going to be very gentle with this one. I prise it from the top. It's really not giving up its secrets. And inside, once again, it is absolutely beautiful. So first off, we have the certificate of authenticity. So it's 4,675 copies of this game released for the Nintendo Switch. And here is the thing, these are limited run games. There's only a finite amount of these games available, and that's why a lot of these games over time command a very high price. Next up in here, of course, we do have a physical copy of the game on the Switch. Now I think this is actually a port of the Nintendo Wii version, which is a little bit strange, but I've heard mixed things about it. But for me, I just wanted to own a physical copy of this game. In the top here, we do have a collector's coin. Looks really cool. Really nice coin there. And then also next to that, we have this nice little droid pin badge. Here's the thing with these collector's editions, I never use any of this stuff. Like the temptation to put like badges now on jackets is always so high, but I just always worry they're going to fall off. And I've saved the very best part of this collector's edition till last. This is why I love these collector's editions so much. The steelbooks. Look at that steelbook. It is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely beautiful steelbooks. I'm a sucker for a steelbook, and I love Star Wars, so for me, I just had to have this collector's edition in my collection. There we have it then, folks. That was an incredible unboxing of these games from Limited Run Games. And check out all of these physical games I'm able to add to the collection. And here's the thing, with digital gaming, your games can be taken away at any time, and with physical, you own them forever. And Limited Run are still releasing some amazing games over the course of 2024. And spoiler alert, I have ordered some of the very best collector's editions I've ever seen from Limited Run Games. And fear not, we'll be unboxing them together here on the channel. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time, keep playing the game. See you soon.